Stand by. Hey, Leah, that looks like it's offside.
Say again. Oh, you're right. Tell me when you want me to stop.
We're live.
All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. It's Dale Jr. and Mike Davis. This is the Ask Junior portion of the show presented to you by Xfinity. Thanks for tuning in. Sure, you've got some great questions. There's a lot going on in the sport. Larry McReynolds is a guest today on the show. He was great. We just had him in studio, and I can't wait for you guys to hear this podcast this week. So pretty exciting times. Let's get going with the questions, Leah.
Our first question is from Matt Gunjack, talking about Bristol last weekend. He wants to know, should there be a new rule applied for short tracks that if you're more than 10 laps down and struggle to keep pace, that you should be parked? Lap cars seem to be really bad Saturday night.
Yeah, so it's my opinion that the minimum speed in NASCAR is too slow. So NASCAR has a minimum speed rule, and if you don't meet that minimum speed, they will tell you, and you have like one opportunity to come down pit road, work on your car, and go back out and try to meet minimum speed. And if you don't, you got to park. And I think they parked or told Brad Keselowski that he needed to come down to pit road and do something to his car to be able to improve. And I think they did. But in my opinion, minimum speed has always been way too slow. So I don't know what the equation is or how to factor in like different size tracks. Maybe there should be a different equation or a different way to figure out that formula for each racetrack. But yeah, I've always felt like minimum speed was just too slow. I mean, I don't know what the point is of making it so slow, or why they make it so slow, but I thought they should make it. It should be a tougher requirement. So that's always I've had that opinion for a long time.
Our next question is coming from Robert Hedges. He wants to know, with Texas losing a race next year due to the All-Star race being held there, what track would you like to see get that spot? And I know I've seen some rumors about Circuit of the Americas getting that. Anything on that?
Yeah, I think we could see a couple new road courses on the Cup schedule next year. And, I'm a big fan of getting back to Nashville Fairgrounds or adding more short tracks. And I know that we're reconfiguring Fontana to a small half-mile racetrack, but I'm not in love with that idea until I see it in action. This is not for me, being the more short track kind of guy, campaigning for more short tracks. I'm not pumping my fist about this Fontana deal until I see the track and cars go around it, and whether it's a racy thing. Only because they're taking something and trying to mold it into something else, and that's tricky and risky. Might not work. The transitions could be all weird, but we'll see how it all ends up. If it is successful, that'll be great to have another short track, especially out there on the West Coast, because I always felt like when NASCAR was trying to win the market beyond west of the Mississippi, we needed to send them Bristol. We needed to send a Bristol-style experience out to the West Coast to sort of get that market and grow the fan base on that side of the country. And I still feel that way, and maybe this will be it. But road courses are exciting. They put on some really great action. Adding road courses as a viewer for me is an exciting idea, but you can never add enough short tracks. And I don't see us adding them at the rate that I would hope. I want more short tracks, and I'm not getting them.
He's angry.
On that topic, Jared Rector, he wants to know what tracks you would like to see added to the Xfinity schedule.
Nashville Fairgrounds is at the top of my list.
for
everything.
everything.
I
For
didn't know
everything.
that.
I'm gonna, I'm thinking today about sushi or a Philly cheese steak, but probably Nashville Fairgrounds for lunch. Martinsville was a great addition. We haven't even raced there, and I'm excited about that. Hope that maybe I can run in that race next year. And but more short tracks, man. I love taking our cars. I love being an owner and taking our race cars and sending them to the short tracks. And South Boston, places like that would be great to have back on the schedule. And I know it probably goes against the business model. It does. You're shaking your head, Matt, but leaving Indianapolis Motor Speedway
You're right.
for South Boston is not a great business decision.
You're right.
We're not going to sell a partnership sponsor for as much money going to South Boston as we would being on the main stage in Indy. But I'd love for us to go back to IRP, South Boston, all the short tracks that we used to race at. It'd be cool maybe if the Xfinity Series, their first race was in New Smyrna a week before the Daytona.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Now that's
I've
an
never
idea.
even thought of that.
Yeah.
That would be killer.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, go to New Smyrna the Saturday before
Yeah.
Daytona,
Wow.
and race a short track to open the season.
That would be insane.
Yeah,
would be awesome.
Kickoff speed week. I don't know. More short tracks, man.
Austin Creel is on YouTube with us, and he said, "Speaking of Nashville, what do you think about the IndyCar Grand Prix there next
Oh
year?"
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it is. I love this sort of influx of racing coming back to that part of the country. We're going to go and race on that concrete. What is that? A mile and a half? What is it? A mile and a quarter?
A little over a mile.
Yeah, whatever. We're going back to Nashville.
Sort of.
I wasn't in love with the idea. It was actually heartbreaking because we were hoping to get to the fairgrounds, and it ended up being this other thing, and I was extremely negative and critical of that decision. I am warming up to the idea that being in Nashville is a good thing, especially for celebrating our champion in that town. We definitely need to be racing there. Again, that's still an hour outside of town, but I think this is great. Bringing motorsports into having a street circuit. It sounds like it's going to be crazy racing down there around the stadium and back across a bridge or something. I don't know. I've been seeing some little pieces of this deal that's been coming together over the last year, and pretty incredible to watch something basically be built from scratch. The whole idea, it doesn't happen. And there's so many regulations and loopholes and challenges for a group of guys to get together and say, hey, we want to take and we're going to have a race in this town on the streets. I mean, think about
busy as that town is.
Think about the dang red tape and all the trouble and challenges to get through that process. Congratulations. That must have been a ton of hard work to check all those boxes.
All right, one more question from Megan Nielsen. She wants to know if you are ready for baby number 2, and how's Amy doing?
Oh, man, she's doing great. We're terrified. Amy's not terrified. Amy is not terrified. She's excited. I'm super nervous because it's really right here. We're just a couple weeks away, so getting real nervous. I got the seat in the car, got my bag ready. It's like we're ready just for, that moment where she goes, it's happening. Let's go. And I'm just thinking that could be any minute now. So I'm very nervous, only that everything goes the way it's supposed to go, and that that I'm not somewhere away from her, like, doing a podcast or calling a race. I'm hoping that I'm sitting right beside her on the couch when she hops up and goes, let's go. But I can't wait. I can't wait to meet her. So it's going to be awesome.
All right, that's all for today, guys.
All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for the questions. Some great questions today. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody has a great week. We got a lot to be excited about, a lot to be happy about. Xfinity Series playoffs are starting. We got next round of the Cup Series playoffs kicking off here in Vegas. It's going to be a pretty awesome weekend of racing, and So and we got some great podcasts coming up too, man. We got a couple guests lined up already for the next couple of weeks. I think you guys are gonna love. Have a great one. Thanks, Xfinity.